Escape the dungeon!
Hello, everybody. This is Escape the Dungeon, the podcast where we ask you to join us as we explore the world beyond the world's oldest role-playing game. My name is Mike Cripps, and I will be your master of ceremonies, and I am joined by 4 mystifying players. Zach Brass.
That's me. I'm the guy in the cape.
Dom Brass.
Hey, that's me. I'm Bobby the Werewolf this season.
Nate Brass.
What's up, Internet? That is me, but for the next hour or so time that I don't really know at this point because Tyler cuts out half of what we say, I will be known as Chris the Wizard.
And Tyler Knittle.
Hi, I'm Tyler. I'm the guy who cuts half of what everyone says.
Each season, we will be playing a different tabletop role-playing game. This season, we are playing Urban Shadows 2nd Edition, a Powered by the Apocalypse game published by Magpie Games. Good news, guys. I've ranked all of us.
What? That's not good.
Great. Love to hear it.
By what metric?
I've ranked us all on a scale, on a metric that goes from most to least. But I'm not going to tell you what specifically the metric is. I will tell you the order that I have ranked us in, and then you guys can guess what you think it is ranked by.
A metric. Okay.
From
I hate this, but it's a game I'll play.
From most to least, Tyler.
Woo! Number 1, baby.
Dom, Zach, Nate, me. And this ranking might be inaccurate, but it is what I believe the metric to be.
I don't care what the metric is. I'm the most.
I have ranked you guys. I have ranked us by what I am guessing is who has had the most trips to the emergency room in their life.
Just for ourselves or generally just gone to the emergency room?
For ourselves.
Oh, okay.
I think it would be more fun if you picked general, but let's go on.
Yeah, it would be more fun. There's some fun stories there, but go on.
Yeah, exactly. That adds some that makes your list probably more accurate.
So I think of the 5 of us, Tyler has had to go to the emergency room the most because you're a snowboarder, is my thought.
So,
well, he's never had to go to the emergency room. In
wow,
fact, the only person...
Okay, he wasn't talking to you, bitch. Shut up.
There's only one of us that's had to do that for winter sports.
Yeah.
And it wasn't...
Let me talk first, and then you can go because he was talking to me.
Nice.
Anyway, you would think that playing a contact sport like football in high school and doing a kind of dangerous winter sport of snowboarding and also bike riding quite a bit, I would have suffered emergency room tier injuries. I have never been to the emergency room in my entire life.
Wow. I am blown away. I
What a coward.
Coward? No. I know how to take a hit and I know how to fall down. That's how you get hurt, by not knowing how to get hurt.
Loser.
Wow, 0 trips.
I never hurt myself. Fucking nerd.
Also, wear protective gear, like a helmet. Helmets are really good. You should wear those all the time for activities such as snowboarding and biking.
So I was wrong about Tyler being at the top. My thought process for Dom at number 2, and Dom, you know I love you, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but
No,
I think
don't
you
take
are
it that way. Don't worry.
physically the least coordinated person on this call.
On this call was a really nice ending to that
yeah, for
statement.
sure. I thought you were going to say in this country or like on the planet or something, right? The call, I'll take it. I'm like, fuck yeah, bro. On this call? Sure.
You're the Jar Jar Binks.
You didn't say person you know, and I feel like you're really underestimating all of the people you know that aren't Dom.
No, yeah, my coordination is legendarily horrible, but guess who's not been to the emergency? Well, okay, I did the one time, I think.
What?
For like a little stitch thing.
Oh,
It wasn't even a big
you know
deal.
what? No, I have been to the emergency room. You just reminded me by saying stitched. So when I was in preschool, the playground was wood, and they had like this wooden rope bridge connecting these two like wooden towers on the playground. And, you know, we'd always play a game called Indiana Jones where we walk on the outside of the bridge, like shimmy across it. Except one time, one of the boards was loose, and I wily coyoted myself in the face with the fucking board and had to go get stitches. Yeah. But yeah, that was mine. You jogged my memory. Thank you. So from 0 to 1, an infinite percentage increase.
Wow.
There you go, Mike.
Dom, do you have a general ballpark? Like, how many serious injuries have you had in your life?
One, and it was pretty minor, all things considered, that I can think of. You would think a lot higher.
I also just assume that, like, middle child comes with some, bullying incidents.
No, I have all the energy and the markers of someone who gets injured all the time, but I've never broken a bone, so still killing it.
Wow. Oh my God. My list is in shambles.
I gotta, what's the thing, because I can't remember, for the stitch?
That was when I got Nate was thrown into my face and it smashed my glasses.
Didn't you also go for your thumb?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, didn't the thumb?
No.
Okay.
I went inside and my parents told me that the thumbnail would turn black and fall off. And that was it.
The thing is, our parents did not like going to the doctors. So when things happened, yeah, okay, so what are your three? Because I got some in my head and I want to make sure we're on the same track here.
I ate berries. I ate mystery berries.
Oh my God!
Because my brothers dared me to, and I was like 6.
That's an absolute lie and a half. I remember that day. We were literally inside. You went outside.
That's not true. We were all outside. We were all told, "Don't eat those berries."
I don't know, Zach. That might have
you
been
guys
the
dared me
lie.
to. Don't fucking gaslight me. You're my older brother. Of course, I'm gonna do something I'm dared to do by my older brother. You're fucking gaslighting me. Fuck you.
Until our parents told me.
I don't know, guys. It's fine. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Hypochondriac. I was freaking out when you did that.
Well, I was freaking out too, but like I didn't think you were going to do it.
You're full of shit.
You're full of shit. You're full of shit, and I have the receipts. Everyone who knows you would agree you're full of shit.
You were just a dumbass.
I was a dumbass. Of course, I was 6.
Well, yeah, he was 6. He was 6
okay,
years
well,
old.
I can tell you
I was
at the time,
biologically
I was a little anxiety.
I couldn't not be a dumbass.
And I was like, oh my God, my brother's gonna die when I heard he ate mystery berries, because that's something I would have never done.
You told me to do it. You guys, you're fucking.
I'm dead serious here. I think you constructed this to save yourself from the trauma of being an idiot.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I can't believe you right now.
I don't know. It sounds right. We dared him. That sounds right.
Oh my God. I also broke my thumb skiing. And then someone someone tackled me in soccer and I tore the ligament in my shoulder.
Ow.
Ooh, that's rough. I'm also a 3-timer. I slammed my one finger into a car door when I was a kid. Closing the car door.
Happens.
In college, the freshman parking lot was in a different zip code from the rest of the parking lots for the students. We were kept separate, and there was a shortcut that everyone took to get there, and it was crossing some railroad tracks. And one night it was dark and I was taking the shortcut back from the parking lot to campus, and I tripped and
And you got hit by a train.
yeah, I died.
Yeah, right.
I died.
He was immediately
I
decapitated.
banged my kneecap on the railroad line, and it just like made a huge gash in my knee from where I made contact. So that was a fun one.
Ow.
And then the third one is less fun. It was just like a gastrointestinal issue that I needed to have resolved immediately.
Classic.
So I have one. And to be honest, I probably should have gone to the emergency room a few more times, but I'm bad at going to the doctors. So the only time I went to the emergency room too is when I was in the military, and so it was free, and I was just like, well, I live on base, I might as well go do that because it's quicker, right? And it was because I had gotten my wisdom teeth out, and I popped a stitch.
I did that too when I got my wisdom teeth out, and instead of going to the doctor, I just bit down on a chunk of gauze for like 3 hours.
Based. Let's go, dude.
Well, yeah. So I popped the stitch, and then it was still bleeding like 7 hours later. So I went to the emergency room. And they called the dental surgeon that was on call to look, and he's like, oh my god, this is the worst face I've ever seen after this. I was swollen like a balloon. And so they gave me a bunch of morphine, but it didn't do anything
This is the
at all.
worst face you've ever seen.
Yeah, no, it was so bad. I wish I had pictures. I used to have pictures. I wish I could show you. It looked like a cartoon level of swelling.
Gosh, that's so good. So it sounds like Nate and I are actually tied for most at 3. Then Dom and Zach at 1, and Tyler, you also said 1.
Tyler at 1.
Okay, so fine.
So your list was basically in reverse if you want to play with the order.
You guys just need to have more grievous injuries in your lives. And you might have grievous injuries in our Urban Shadows campaign. Previously on Urban Shadows. For the past few weeks, the Red Vineyard Society, a group of vampires and artists, have been watching Bobby. They challenged him to prove his worth, a prospect that became even more enticing after finding out that the Society had a bloodstone flute, an artifact desired by the faeries of the Spring Court for a ritual. After killing Josh King and disrupting a show, Bobby's been welcomed to the Society as their newest member and been granted the flute. With the flute in hand, Bobby, Ezra, Chris, and Dale have approached the Fae and asked them to spare their friend from an upcoming attack. Monarch Bloom has agreed, if that's what the group really wants. Monarch Bloom has brought you to a secret sub-basement below the Excalibur, and the 4 of you stand before a green pool of water that is being stirred around by 3 strange robed figures that the monarch has introduced you to as the hags. Bloom said that if what you really want, they're asking you like for final confirmation here, if you want to cash in these debts to save your friend Leon. Bloom will do that for you. But these hags just keep stirring this roiling green pool.
I mean, I guess it's what we want, right? Like, I think Leon kind of sucks, but I think everyone else.
That is my friend. How dare you? Leon's a good man. Were it not for him,
Sure.
I wouldn't be here. I owe him.
Yeah, sure.
That's fair. Look, honestly, I mean, what else are we gonna use it for? Just like personal gain and shit.
He's been part of an evil cult. Like, I don't
So
know.
was I.
He tried to poison. Well, you know.
You don't have a problem with that now, don't you? It's almost like people can change, can't they?
You weren't there when they tried to poison the guy. I'm just saying. I think Leon kind of sucks. He really brought a bad energy, kind of extra chaos to chaos and
So he
Other
started
chaos.
a gunfight. Who among us, right?
Yeah, seriously.
You're hanging out with Bobby and Ezra, and you're the wild card. Like, you're probably not someone I want around. Like,
What are you saying?
Ezra, I'm saying you're the perfect level of wild card for me.
I mean, I gotta say, he did fail to obey the command of the keyword, right? Like,
Look, it was because he wasn't part of the group. He didn't have the synergy. You know what I mean? If he'd have been around for like a month, he would have known not to come out guns blazing.
Yeah, but like, in fairness, Ezra, you gave him a key word. I told you not to do that.
yeah, but you told me after I did it.
Yeah, and then you gave him another key word.
But we didn't use either of them.
Anyone who needs a code word in a situation like that is probably expendable. All I'm saying.
Sounds like you made this kind of confusing. I think this is more Ezra's fault than it was Leon's fault now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you give a man a code word, he's gonna freaking start shooting at people. Like, that's just how it happens.
I just wanted him to feel involved, man. I just felt like, he wanted to be part of the crew. I wanted to make him feel involved.
I saw what you were doing, and he acted exactly how I told you he was gonna act.
Give a man a code word, and he'll shoot guns for a night. Teach a man his own code word, and he'll start shootings for life.
You know, that's a beautiful saying, Dale.
It's the wisdom that comes with age, Chris. The wisdom that comes with age. Which is why you should lay off Leon a little bit.
I hope I never get old.
All right, yeah. So I guess what my friends are saying is, yeah, we want to waste our really awesome debts on this guy.
Well, wasn't it for everyone but Moose originally?
And all of the people that were a part of the cult except for him.
It was mostly Leon and the guys we captured.
I mean, they're a death cult, so no one's going to miss them.
If we're letting them kill people, we may as well let them kill all 12.
But I figure, like, we can only do so much. Everyone else can die. Like, but we already made friends with these guys.
I mean, if you guys say so, I just think, we already killed Josh. I mean, he's a piece of shit, so it only counts as like half a death.
100%. I mean, we're not killing these people. We're just allowing a chupacabra to run free in our city. That happens. I mean, I don't want to do this. It sounds like you guys want to do this.
Let me just put a pause there for you. It has been made clear to you guys, if you want to change the order that Monarch Bloom has given at all, in any way, shape, or form, this is what is being asked of you. Because the order has been made law in the Fae Court, and that is something that they take apparently extremely seriously.
Oh, we might as well just save all of them, right? I mean, what if some of them are cool?
And what if they just restart the death cult without fucking Moose?
If there's one thing I know about death cults, it's that they tend to die when the demagogue does.
I just feel like you guys are overestimating Moose. Like, we know this cult is very into what they're talking about. They're very devout worshipers. That is an established game fact in the game world that they are very devout worshippers of this cult. We can't just be like, oh, but we hung out with them and we gave them goofy voices, so they're cool now.
I see your point.
They're a death cult.
I don't think the voices were that goofy.
I mean, look, you do what you want to do. All I'm saying is that, maybe they'll change their mind.
I guess I just feel like if you're called strength 4 size 1, that means you're a small group that are very devout, and killing one person wouldn't do that. If they were like a strength 1 or 2, sure, that makes sense that you would cause a lot of infighting and that the thing would kind of fall apart when the leader does. But that the strength system in the world that we are playing in a metaphorical sense kind of determines how devout people are.
That's a really good point. And you know what? I think it's worth acknowledging. I think after what you guys have done with this faction so far, I'm comfortable saying that they're at strength 3 instead of 4 now. Does that change your mind at all?
I still feel like that's pretty strong.
It's pretty, they're pretty dedicated, but it's not like that unquestioning loyalty now.
I really don't think killing just Moose is gonna kill the faction.
Strength 3 is disciplined, but often tempered by conflict. There's conflict now. You guys have instilled some level of conflict by making a deal with Dimitri and his guys of like saying, hey, if you spare us, we won't stop you from getting Moose. Maybe we'll help, maybe we'll be allies after that if you let us live when all of this goes down.
Guys, we can have our own goons. Think about it.
Yeah, but do we want these goons?
We can start a faction. Goons. Guys, don't you want goons? Don't you just want to stand up from your chair and go, minions?
Okay, I do want to do that. Yeah, that's true. No, I want a werewolf.
We're not getting a wolf pack. We're not letting you be in charge, Bobby.
Look, I'm just saying, maybe these guys, even if like half of them, or even if like a third of them are all right? I mean, maybe we can do a little good in the world and change their point of view.
So what is it exactly that you would ask of me? And Monarch Bloom is mostly looking at Chris. They definitely have the highest opinion of Chris out of the 4 of you.
Wow, bias much.
But they are listening to all of your conversation here.
I mean, I think that we're going to let Chris make the decision here while we all judge them, and it changes our opinion of them depending on what they say.
I'm with you 100%, Chris.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. All you.
We would like the Chupacabra to only hunt those who are active members currently of the Sons of Earthly Filth.
The monarch nods and says, if that is what you would like, that is what the law can be made. But first, the old law must be addressed. And they turn to the 3 hags who have continued just stirring this pool of water. The monarch stands tall, 7 feet, and says to the group there, Sister Thorn, on behalf of these who have saved my son, I ask you to stand down. And one of the 3 hags stops stirring and puts their pole on the ground. Sister Toil, on behalf of these who have told us where our enemy lies, I ask you to stand down. The second hag puts the pole to the side, stops stirring the pool. Sister, tremble on behalf of these who have provided the artifact for which we may slay our enemy. I ask you to stand down. The third and final hag stops stirring, and all three just sort of skitter wordlessly away from the pool. Bloom looks back to you and gestures with their long arm towards this like steaming, roiling, glowing pool of green water.
Do you want us to walk into that?
You wish to end the law, don't you?
Well, I mean, if that's how it ends, I guess. This is what we're doing, right, Chris?
This is how our law in the Spring Court works.
No, fuck it. If you guys are scared, I'm pretty much invincible. I just start to walk in. And but before I do, I take off my fedora and I put it by the pool.
Naturally. Roll up your jeans.
As you get to the edge of the water and you look in, you see that this pool seems deep. Deep, deep, deep. And within it are countless swimming fish and tadpoles.
Gross. I don't like stuff. I don't like it when the fish touch my feet at the beach, you know? All right. Well, I guess if we're going to do an underwater level, and I just kind of go for it.
Go for what?
Maybe just dip a foot in first. Okay, they might just eat you, dude. I don't know.
Oh, well, yeah, I walk up and step in, but then after, if nothing happens fancy, I'm just going to jump in.
The water is pleasant and warm, and you are able to jump in, and you are just splashing and swimming around in this green pool, this grotto, some might say, filled with sea life.
Hey, this isn't too bad. Is the water salt water?
No, it's fresh water.
Interesting.
Okay, so it's not really sea life.
It's aquatic life. Thank you.
Okay, I just, I was gonna say something about sea life in the middle of Vegas, but, yeah, so look, guys, I mean, it's pretty nice actually in here. You should, well, anyway, look, I'm gonna go. Is there anything I'm supposed to do? What am I supposed to swim to the bottom?
Find the law.
Oh, it's like Hercules. That's
Oh,
fun.
man.
Anyone else want to
was
hop
thinking
in?
that
That's
too.
exactly what I was thinking, Nate.
Bobby just shakes his head. It's like, yeah, man, I don't want to do like an underwater thing.
Oh, yeah, dogs don't like to get wet.
Dogs like swimming.
It depends on the dog, right?
Well, I don't like swimming.
All right. Okay, well, I'll take a deeper look if you guys want to stick around.
The monarch and the three hags are standing around as if this is all very obvious and self-explanatory.
Okay, I go deeper.
Okay.
Can I study a place of power?
Can I also study a place of
I
power?
would like to study a place of power if that's what we're doing.
Look, I'm in the lion's den. I can just do that.
I think I need it more than other people.
Stop metagaming, Dom.
No, I'm metagaming.
See, look at him. He's metagaming. You're not in the lion's den right now. We like these guys.
I can literally study a place of power as if I rolled a 12 plus. Like,
Okay, well, shut up. Everybody else wants the experience.
no.
Well, I said it first, so you guys can't do it.
Nate did say it first, so I'm going to say, Nate, you can roll with Wild to study a place of power.
I got a 12.
Guess we didn't need you, Tyler.
I guess you didn't. I'm proud of you. Way to go. I never doubted you.
I don't know if that's true.
Thanks. You kind of did, but I'll pretend that you didn't.
Chris, what do you think studying this place looks like? What are the actions that you are taking to do this?
I think it's like kind of seeing these three witches and kind of like trying to think back to all of my study on like what the hags are to the Fae court. Like remembering like what this pond, I guess, is. seeing if there's like any runes about the room that would help me like identify what types of magic are being cast, because I assume this is a very magical room that we are currently in.
Well, I guess what I'm getting at is studying a place of power, like this specific move says this is beyond what you can see with a quick glance. You have to do something like active here, and I'm just trying to get a sense of what that might be for Chris.
I think it's like activating like a kind of like an arcane sight in like a place of like intense magical energy to see like what like the unseen. But I don't like looking at it from like a trained like mage's eye. I feel like I would see like a lot that like if you showed us a picture of this room as three normal people, we would not see.
So yeah, you quickly channel some of your magic. You open your mage's third eye to this place.
Put on some really snazzy sunglasses.
And as you do, you get a better sense of what this place is, and you realize that this truly is like sacred to these fae. You just being allowed in here is a big deal. And specifically, this pool, this water and the creatures that are swimming around it is a collection of the court's history and culture and law. Each creature swimming in this pool is a living manifestation of an important memory, an important decree, an important history of this place, of these people, not just of their time in Vegas, not just in their time in this world, but also from wherever they came from before this. There's countless creatures that are swimming in this pool, and you have to find one of them to break this law, to save the life of your allies. Because you got a 12 plus, or a 10 plus on that roll, you are going to get +1 forward to acting on this information, to trying to do this. And you can also ask me a relevant question about the Fae, and, I'll answer it truthfully.
When was the last time how frequently do they break rules and change rules like this?
Almost never. It is in fact a decree. It is a law that is swimming in this pool, that to do so, one, that the monarch themselves cannot do so. Someone else must find the law and destroy it. And then a new law is to be created. And that in order to do that, these hags need to stand down. It is their holy duty to guard and nourish this place. And so for the monarch to make them stop for a time is a really big deal. So this is something that almost never happens.
I think Chris would walk up to the edge of the pool.
You see Ezra splashing around.
Close her eyes and hold out a hand. And just like feel the energies of this room. And I would like to let it out to try and detect the presence and function of a magical item or spell. Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and give me a spirit roll to let it out. Okay. And when you say I get the +1 for that?
Yeah, if you would like to use it for that, +1 forward, so you only get to apply it once.
Yeah, let's go for it. Kapow! Ooh, ooh. What a bad roll. That's a 7.
Hey, a 7 is a hit. Okay.
Good thing I used that +1.
Yeah, because you used that +1. You let it out. It is going to mean that you mark corruption, and it is risky, limited, or something else in some way. It's going to be risky. Because...
Wait, when did risky and limited come into play? What is this? What is this? Scum and villainy?
Exactly. You do it, but something bad happens.
Might not be the exact words, but that's the sentiment. Whatever. Eat my ass.
Present it.
I'm sorry. Costly, limited, or unstable.
Thank you.
Is that better?
That's much better, yeah. Fucking learn the rules, bro.
Oh my god, dude.
You're the guy who likes to read rule books.
I'm gonna say what happens is you detect the faintest presence, Chris, of this one magical spark amongst many that you are hunting for. Like when you find it, you get a flash of Leon's face in your mind, letting you know that you found the right one. And when you look back down into the pool, you see swimming far, far below the surface is a single tiny tadpole that is almost glimmering with this magical light that you have brought out of it.
I was going to say, are there fish that look younger or older?
Yeah, this looks like a remarkably young tadpole.
Well, I mean, that was going to be my I don't have magic powers logic way to solve your find the fish puzzle.
It's a good thought.
It was a good thought, and I'm happy that I was correct in my thinking.
It is, but I have cool magic powers, so fuck you.
Hey, if you want to do it, go for it, man. I don't want to swim in that gross ass green water.
I'm gonna do it.
I know you're gonna do it, but you're a fucking demon.
Ezra, down there, do you see that tiny ass tadpole? It's that one.
Yeah, I totally see it. I swim down and I start grabbing at random tadpoles.
Nope, not that one. You can't hear me. Shit.
You want to do your telekinesis thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll to try and get that. Yeah, I think I can definitely get the telekinesis, but I would have to roll just to see if I can cast spells for future reference.
The one you are looking for is now magically glowing.
Oh, well, then I'm just gonna go down and look for the glowing tadpole and try and grab it. I'll probably gotta come up for air a couple of times, but I don't know. Do demons need to breathe? I don't need to eat.
You need to breathe. You can absolutely drown.
Okay, well then I have to probably come up for air a couple times. I'm just like, almost got it that time. Hang on, hold on, I got it this time. And I go down and I just keep on getting closer and closer until eventually, hopefully, I grab the tadpole.
Well, as you swim down into the impossible depths of this pool, the closer you get, the more the glowing tadpole seems to swim away from you. It doesn't want to be caught, Ezra.
Oh, little bastard. I don't know if there's anything I can, like, attack it, blood roll.
I mean, give me a sense of what you do beyond just saying, I swim and grab it. Like, do you have any ideas? Any way you want to describe the scene?
Ultimately, my first idea is that Ezra's literally going to swim down, try and net it, and if it gets frustrating, he's just going to be like, okay, fuck it, and turn into a demon and try and use his wings as, like, a form of fast swimming to fly through the water and be like, I could catch you, bitch. I'm on fire. I become there's a little area of like water vapor between me and the water. So I just like zoom through like a
A demon.
Yeah, a demon.
For sure. Go ahead and give me. This is just going to be like a quick and dirty custom move, I think, because our basic moves don't quite line up with what I'd like. But give me a blood roll, and depending on how you do, we'll narrate what happens.
I didn't roll yet, but I got a 13.
Ezra, you enter your demon form, and just like a torpedo, rocket down to the very bottom of this pool, this grotto. And as you hit the bottom, like silt and sand sort of blow up around you, obscuring your vision. But there's a single light swimming, trying to get away from you. You extend your clawed demon hand and just wrap those fingers around it so it has nowhere to go. And as you make physical contact with it, you feel the monarch's breath on your neck, whispering the words, whispering the order that any person who called themselves a son of earthly filth when the prince was attacked should have their life drained from them. But you snap out of it, and you start to swim back up. And as you start to swim up, more lights start to pop into the darkness. More silt and sand starts to be disturbed from the bottom. And you look back and you see a large fish, like an angler fish, with these glowing tendrils and a big toothy maw rising from the dark and chasing you. It doesn't want to let you leave this place. It doesn't want to let you take the law out of the water. And so now I would like you to roll to escape a situation. But because you got such a good roll on your first one, I'll give you a +1 forward on this. Another blood roll should be pretty good for you.
Oh, wow. That was a 7.
All right, we'll take
That's
it.
a hit. So on a 7, to escape a situation, you're able to get away. But you have to choose one of these options, a cost of this escape, and I get to choose one as well. You suffer harm during your escape. You end up in another dangerous situation. You leave something important behind. You owe an NPC a debt for their aid, or you give in to your base nature and mark corruption.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll mark corruption.
Calling on even more demonic power. Your wings grow even larger, and you can flap them behind you to propel yourself through the water. I don't know if that's aerodynamic,
He's flying.
but it works.
It's magic. It doesn't have to make sense.
Guys, I just realized I didn't even look at my character sheet before that. But that fills up my corruption marker.
Ooh, one of us.
For the second time.
Yes, it does. For the second time.
Ooh, he's evil
So,
now.
I'll have to think about that. But I'm going to take, obviously, probably some cool ability this time instead of a plus stat to a stat. So you'll just have to find out what that is.
Ooh.
Oh, man, that's scary, guys. I've got multiple corruptions now.
How many do you get before you have to become evil? 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the sixth one is evil.
And so as you are flapping your wings through the water, rocketing up, back towards the surface, you're almost there. When one glowing tendril from this ancient fish that represents some important aspect of the Fae wraps around your leg and yanks you back, pulling you towards that maw. And it bites down onto your leg. This huge tooth that just snaps against the armor of your demon form. And the tendril lets go, and you float back up to the surface, and you come out of the pool, tadpole in hand. And as you are coming out, maybe your friends are congratulating you. The hags are picking up their poles again to return to their duty, when one of them points a gnarled finger at your back. And sticking out of your calf is that broken tooth. You don't feel it at all. It doesn't hurt you. You don't have to mark harm. But the hag wordlessly points, and Monarch Bloom's eyes fall to where the hag is pointing, and their pitch black eyes go wide. How dare you?
Dare I what?
Monarch Bloom rushes behind you and yanks the tooth out of your leg. The first law of our people. You broke its tooth.
Well, he did try and bite my leg off. It wasn't my fault, don't bite my leg and I won't break your tooth.
You do not understand.
No.
And the monarch closes their eyes, and they delicately put the tooth back in the water, and it sinks back down out of sight. No, you do not understand, and I will not hold your ignorance against you. I will overlook this slight. And so, by overlooking a harm that you have caused, which this apparently is a significant one, you will owe the monarch a debt. Ezra, you feel that tadpole writhing in your palm.
Eat it.
I'm waiting to crush it.
You just squeeze, and it splatters in your hand.
Ugh.
The law is gone. Your friend is safe. I hope it is worth what you paid for it.
Oh, hopefully.
I doubt it.
Everyone laughs, even the hags.
Yeah.
Now there is the matter of what shall replace it. What is to be done about the sons of earthly filth who have transgressed against me and my son? I would still see them suffer, and from what I gather, they are no friends of yours, some specific members excluded.
Yeah, I think you can hunt anyone who at this moment in time considers themselves a son of earthly filth. But anyone who has renounced it in the last few weeks should be safe because they seem cool.
Did you want our help with executing the plan?
The monarch nods and walks to the pool and says, Let it be heard and spoken into law. Any soul that as of this moment calls themselves a son of earthly filth shall have their life drained out of them for what they have done to my son. And then the monarch starts to retch, and a tadpole falls out of their mouth, plummets into the pool, and swims to the bottom.
Gross.
Hey, Chris, do you got like a napkin or something?
I have a handkerchief. Do you think I should offer it?
To me.
Oh.
My hand's kind of gross.
I thought you were talking about the one that just spit out a gross. Yeah, no, yeah, you can use this.
The monarch turns back to the four of you. Now that the law has been replaced, I would like to invite the four of you to join us as we take action against the Suns. Your previous experience with them will be valuable. Christina, your magic, your friends' martial prowess, even with the artifact that you have offered and the ritual that we are to perform, this still will be an act of war. And as many soldiers as we can have on our side, the better it will be for us, and the worse for the Suns. Will you join us?
Yeah, sure.
A thin smile spreads across the monarch's face. Most excellent. Do you know what tomorrow is?
Full moon, baby.
I was gonna say full moon.
Tomorrow is April 1st, a holy day amongst my people. My people will be at our most powerful during the witching hour. For you mortals, that's argued over when exactly the witching hour is. For our purposes, we'll say between 3 and 4 a.m.
Okay, so we're going. So the witching hour is East Coast.
Oh, no, the witching hour, our time, what times are we mountain time here? I don't know. 3 to 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is when the spring fairies will be at our most powerful. This is when we would like to launch our attack against the Suns at the House of Good News. This gives us, what time did we say it was now? I think it's like early afternoon when you did this meeting. It gives you a little bit of time to prepare as we summon the chupacabras.
How many chupacabras are you summoning?
As many as we can before the witching hour.
So it's not just one chupacabra that we're unleashing on the city, it's multiple.
Do they like unsummon after a time, or are they just like in the world now?
Shrugs.
That's reassuring.
It's good to know.
Seems kind of like a nuclear option to me. I mean,
And we already did it. We can't go in the lake again.
Yeah, I was gonna say we kind of already crossed that bridge. We just he made a new law and everything.
authoritarianism sucks.
I did try and tell you guys to make the law different, but,
After what they did to my son, it is what they deserve.
An eye for an eye and all that.
Now I should return to my mages so that we may proceed with the ritual now that we have the flute. Monarch pulls out a phone, sends you each a text with an address. You can meet us here
bzz, bzz.
Oh, who doesn't have an iPhone? Why is this green? Gross.
You know the fair iPhone people.
Meet us here a half hour before the witching hour, and we will launch the attack together. They nod, and they escort you back up to the elevator that brought you down here. You leave the 3 hags behind to continue stirring the pool. And so you guys have, like, let's say you've got a lot of time. So if anybody has anything they would like to do to prepare for an attack on the Sons of Earthly Filth, speak now or forever hold your peace.
I would like to ask the ghost that's possessing me where I can get ghost bullets.
You can't get ghost bullets. You just have to be a ghost and have a gun, and then those are ghost bullets. You can't just buy them. It's just a thing that ghosts with guns can do.
So I have to die with a gun?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
You have to die with a gun being so synonymous with you that it becomes a ghost part of you.
Yeah, that's why they're like mobsters, right? They've got ghost Tommy guns. It's like their whole thing.
Guys, are we sure we just want to go kill a bunch of cultists?
Literally, Ezra, yes. Like, at this point, we are kind of stuck here.
Like, I get where you're coming from, but also we spent 40 minutes arguing this. We can't keep going in circles.
I just like really, I don't know, man. Like,
I get it. You got a really rough intro. You're trying to make people like your character, but like, come on, man. You just got to go with the flow sometimes.
Just, it seems kind of evil.
We're killing them. Okay, it's over. They're dead. I made a choice, and that's kill most of them.
It's also just like isn't a game where like you're super good guys.
Yes, a game where you are specifically in this particular instance supposed to have social conflict among your party.
That is true.
It's not a good idea, and Ezra's gonna weirdly stand on that hill.
All right. Well, Bobby is not standing on that hill, to no one's surprise.
He's gonna go along with it, but he's also the most corrupt of all of you, and he's gonna sit there on his little like, man, am I a good guy situation?
Well, yeah, he keeps taking
until he realizes like, oh, I'm not a good guy.
You know
if
who
that
else
happens.
isn't standing on that hill? Kate Bush, because she's running up that hill.
Yuck, 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 yuck.
Tune in for more jokes as good as that on the next episode of Escape the Dungeon. Thank you for listening to Escape the Dungeon. Escape the Dungeon is created by Dom Brass, Nate Brass, Zach Brass, and Mike Cripps, with editing and original music by Tyler Knittle. If you enjoyed this show, please consider subscribing and leaving a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. To find us on social media, go to escapethedungeonpod.com.